Hey, hello everyone, good morning. Can you confirm audible or not? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yep. So the last 2 weekends, okay, what we discussed, okay, last weekend before last, we created like Node.js REST endpoints. Okay, one weekend we discussed how to create the Node.js REST endpoints. The last weekend we discussed how to create GraphQL endpoints or not. Yes or no? To create the GraphQL endpoints. So, anyone have any questions? Okay, did you practice create a REST endpoints? Okay, create a GraphQL endpoints. Anyone practiced? If you not practice, just practice. I already shared those 4 videos. Just you can practice it. Okay. So the difference also when you can go with the REST and when you can go
Hello,
with the
sir. You are not audible.
So again, can you hear me? Yeah, when you can go with REST and when you can go with GraphQL, the difference is also we discussed. Today's discussion is what today's our workshop session, which is related to building a distributed GraphQL APIs with Apollo Federation. Okay, what is this one? First of all, what is the problematic statement? How we can resolve that problem using this particular architecture? So our today's workshop session, which is related to building distributed GraphQL APIs with Apollo Federation. First of all, okay, see, I have one small requirement. Okay, so how we can achieve? You only tell me. Okay, after that, you only tell me the problem. After that, how we can find the solution for that, we'll see. I have one client application. This is my client application. Yes, this is my client. Yeah. I have some data which is related to, okay, for example, okay, it's like a different data. You can say like a users data, for example. This is like a users D. This is like a users D. Okay. Now there has one other database also there. Okay. So it is like, okay, a user can bind with any kind of a customer, you can say, for example, hotels. Okay, now you are doing traveling, for example, there has one more database also that is related to your, okay, flights data, your flights data. Just okay, so these there has 3 databases. Okay, one DB contains users data, one DB contains hotels data, one DB contains flights data. Okay, now these 3 databases data I want to use in my client application. So who can communicate with the DB? Who can communicate with the database in general? Our server side application. So to connect with this one, I created one node application. Okay, to connect with this hotels, I created like one node application. To connect with this flights DB, just I created like one more node application. Okay, na? So my node application, by using GraphQL endpoints, you can, or you can write like a REST endpoints, whatever it may be. So this is my, okay, users application, user app, and this is my hotels app, and this is my flights app. Okay, there are 3 applications which are connecting with 3 databases flights app. They created like some GraphQL endpoints or REST endpoints. That's okay. Now our discussion is about the GraphQL. They created like some GraphQL endpoints. They created like what? Some GraphQL endpoints. Just think like that. Okay, now. So my users app connect with the users DB. My hotels app connect with the hotels DB. My flights app connect with the flights DB. This users data I want to display in my client application. My client application is like a React, for example. Now my first application, user application, is going to run, right? Okay, where it is going to run? For example, it is running on in my local machine only, some port number. Okay, where it is running in my local machine, localhost 4001. Okay, here my user application is running. That's okay, na? The next application, total how many applications I created? Localhost 3 applications, 4002. There has one more application is there, localhost 4002. There has one more application also there, localhost 4003. Okay, na? Simple. In the past, I worked with one application. Now there is multiple applications over there with multiple databases. That's it. More than that, nothing. Don't think more also. Now, if you want to, my client wanted to communicate with my users app. If my client wanted to communicate with my users app as a client application, as a React application, what inputs are required? Where my server application is running, that URL is required. Okay, the request method, what kind of operation you are performing on the database, that particular request method, get to put to post to delete, that kind of request method is required. So if my client wanted to communicate with my users application, localhost 4001 is my URL and method is like a get. He send an Ajax request and get the users data and displayed or not. So here my client is going to communicate with whom? My client is going to communicate with this application. What is the URL? To communicate, to get the users, what is my URL? What is the request method? What is the URL and what is the request method? My URL is localhost 4001. My request method is like a get. So the next, in my same React application, in another page, I want to use like a hotels data. Then that time, my client application supposed to be connected with whom? Localhost 4002. Localhost 4002. This particular application you have to connect or not? Yes or no? And get, and get the hotels data. And here also, again, you have to connect with your localhost 4003 and you can get the flights data. Now tell me, my React application connect with three applications. Each and every application has their own URL. So here in my React application, how many URLs you have to maintain? Multiple URLs you have to maintain or not? Now three. In future, 30 services are there. In future, there has 30 services are there. You want me to, my client application manage, is it required, is it recommended to manage all the URLs, okay, to connect with these applications? Is it the recommended way? Yes, you can, but is it the recommended way or not? Is it the recommended way or not? Obviously no, right? If my application, my client requires the data from different services, different microservices, nowadays small applications we are going to create or not, we are creating or not, small modules, just we are split our requirements or not. So my client application wanted to communicate with multiple services. In that case, if you want to communicate directly, you can communicate with that particular URL and request methods, you can get the data. One or two, okay, manageable, okay, but there has 30 services or there 40 services or there, is it the recommended way? Is it the recommended way? Communicate directly to the application from the client, is it the recommended way? No.
No.
Why? Because maintainability is like very difficult here or not. Okay, localhost 4001 URL, next one 2000, 4002, 4003, like this 30 services I have. If you said like no, tell me the best approach. Okay, here only tell me the best approach. Come on. My client should not dispatch directly the request to the each and every service. My client should not communicate with the services individually, directly should not. Okay, if you don't want to communicate with the services directly, okay, then the time in between, can we get one person, one more person in between? Can I get one more person? Yes or no? Can we get one more person? Okay, now that person, for example, this is the guy. Okay, that person is like, this is the one. One more person come into the picture. Now my client, what he is going to do, you know, one more person come into the picture, right? So my client directly communicate with this person. My client just approach this person only. What this person is going to do, you know, this person is going to route your request. If you are looking for the users, my person route the request to the users app. If you are looking for hotels, this person route the request to the hotels. If you are looking for the flights, this person route the request to the flights. Now my question is like, my client is like communicate with how many apps, how many applications? In the past, my client communicate with 4001, 4002, 4003. But in this case, my client communicate with only one person or not? Yes or no? Here my client is like communicate with only one person or not? Okay, which one, okay, is the recommended approach? Is this one or the previous one? This one or previous one? Tell me.
This
My
one.
client simply communicate with only one person. That person is going to route your request or not, whether it's like users app or flights app or hotels app or not. So now terminology wise, now you can come. Okay, I want to stick with this application structure. Now terminology wise, okay, this is my client application, it's like React, and this whole thing come under your server side application. Whole thing come under server side application. Now in my server side application, now see here, my request received by whom? My request received by whom? From my client, my request received by this person or not? This person route the request to different applications or not? That the reason terminology wise, this person we can say like a router. Terminology wise, this person we can say like what? Router. Understood? Now how many GraphQL applications are there overall? Overall, how many GraphQL applications are there? Tell me. Here, how many GraphQL applications are there? 3 applications are there. First one is running 4001, second one is running 4002, third one is running 4003 or not? Okay, in future, there has some other also. Now, how many applications are there? Those applications we can say like terminology wise subgraphs. Okay, these applications terminology wise we can say like what? Subgraphs. This is the subgraph 1, and this one is like one more subgraph 2, and this is like one more subgraph 3. Okay, total how many subgraphs are there? 3 subgraphs are there. All these 3 subgraphs or 30 subgraphs should under one app or not? Yes or no? That application we can say like what? That application we can say like what? That application we can say like what? That is like a super graph. That is like a super graph. Okay, terminology wise, see, one is like router, another one is like subgraph, another one is like super graph. That's it, terminology wise. Okay, multiple small applications we can consider like a subgraphs. All these subgraphs we are going to bind somewhere or keep somewhere, register somewhere. That one is like a super graph. Okay, now my client is going to communicate with your subgraphs through this router or not? My router just dispatch that request to my subgraphs or not? So my router and my subgraphs all are inside supergraph, all are inside one more application. That application we can say like what? That application we can say like what? That application we can say like a supergraph or not? That application we can say like a supergraph. Understood? Architecture is okay.
Yes, sir.
Whenever my client wanted to communicate with multiple services, it is very difficult to handle all the service request URLs in the client side. One or two I can handle. There are 30 services or there my client requires the data. Then the time you want me to maintain like 30 URLs, you want me to communicate with those applications individually. Is it the recommended way? Nowadays, it is not the recommended way. Why? Because microservices come into the picture. Each and every small thing also one we created like what? One application, one module or not? Yes, no? In that case, my client don't want to communicate with them directly. My client wanted to communicate with one person whose name is like router. My router is going to dispatch your request to the multiple subgraphs which are registered in the supergraph or not. Okay. Now my question is like, if you implement this kind of architecture, tell me how we can start. If you want to implement this kind of architecture, how we can start? Okay. Multiple services. One means only one service. More than one means multiple or not. Just I want to create like a two services. Okay. Two services I want to create. More than two, more than 20, more than 30, your wish based on your requirement. One means single. Okay. Multiple means more than one or not. So two services I want to create. That means two services is nothing but two subgraphs I am going to create. Okay. Now, next. Come on. What is the next one? Two subgraphs I want to create. What is the next one? One.
Router.
Second, router. That should be under one more application. That is like what? That is like a super graph. Okay. That is like the gateway. Okay. Who is going to receive the request and dispatch that request to the multiple subgraphs or not? Yes or no? Overall, how many applications are required? Three applications are required. One super graph, two more. Okay. Subgraphs. Yes, sir. Shall we? Now, you know that last session we created like a GraphQL application or not? Yes or no? Today, I'm going to create the GraphQL application by using standalone server, by using Express server also. Like these two applications we can create. Shall we? Let's
Yes,
go.
sir.
Here I want to create one folder, new folder. Okay. This architecture we can, okay, draw later again. Apollo Federation. Apollo Federation. Let me open this from our VS Code. Let's go to desktop. Apollo GraphQL, Apollo Federation. Okay, done. Okay. Now let me create two applications. Gateway ladder we can create. Okay, now two applications I want to create. Okay, that is like service one. Okay, the next one is like one more service simply. Okay, service two services I created. In the service one, I want a basic node application skeleton, not using Express. Last session, how we what we discussed, same way I want. Tell me, what do you want me to do first? I need like all the dependencies. If you want to register the dependencies, which file is required? Which file is required? Package.json file is required. So can we get the package.json? npm init is
Init.
the. Okay, now tell me terminology wise, last session, if you want to implement the GraphQL terminology wise, I said like four terminologies. Okay, can anyone? Come on. One is like query, mutation,
Mutation.
type definitions, and resolvers or not. Yes or no? Type definitions and mutation. Okay, type definitions and resolvers. Query and mutation. Can anyone tell me? Query and mutation. When you can go with the query, when your action come under query, when your action come under mutation, your DB operation is like what? Your DB operation is like retrieving. That is like what? Come under your DB operation is like retrieving. Okay, that is come under
Query.
query. Your DB operation is like modifications. Okay, if you want to do some modifications, insert, update, delete, whatever it may be, your DB operations are related to modifications. Then that time you can go with what?
Mutation.
Then that time you can go with the mutation or not. What about the type definitions? I'm going to write the code, but you can tell type definitions where you are going to mention for your query or mutation type of input and type of output or not. Yes, no. For your query action or mutation action, we are going to mention the type of your input as well as output. What about the resolvers? What about the resolver? which is used for resolve your have a question. You have to resolve it, right? So that. So we'll see that. Now let's go to okay. Where is that? The package.json should be inside the service, not here. Okay, in the service one, let me drag and drop. Okay, done. CD service one. Okay, perfect. Okay, now tell me next one. One package.json created. What is the next one? Come on, come on. You can. Which files are required to write the definitions? Type definitions. One
Type
file. Okay, next. Next one.
resolvers.
Resolvers.js. Type definitions and resolvers. To implement the GraphQL endpoint, minimum how many libraries are required? Minimum how many libraries are required?
GraphQL Apollo server.
Apollo server and GraphQL or not? Okay, now one more extra library is required. Why? Because it's not like individual GraphQL application. It is what? It is what? It's a subgraph, right? Yes or no? In this architecture, it is a subgraph, right? That's the reason there has one more. There has one more library also. That is like very simple. Apollo subgraph is the library. You can easily remember. Now, come on. npm install. At the rate Apollo server is like one. At the rate Apollo, come on, subgraph
Subgraph.
is the one. Next one is like
Graph.
GraphQL is another one or not? GraphQL is another one. If you want to use imports and exports, then the time can I use the type is like what?
Module.
Module is the type or not? Type is like a module. Next, one more file also required na. What is that file? You have to run the application na. If you want to run the application, can I create one more file like app.js? Yes, no. Can we create like one more file app.js? Yes. Okay, just wait. Can you go to the package.json? Can we go to the package.json? Yes. Okay. Can you check? There is a Apollo server is there. The next one, Apollo subgraph is there. The next one, GraphQL. If anything is required, we'll see that later. Okay. Let's go to type definitions now. Tell me. Let's go to the type definitions. Last session. Constant. Type definitions. Okay. GraphQL. Which is coming from where? Which is coming from where? Import GQL. Import from Apollo server. Do we have the GraphQL? Okay, from where we get it? Otherwise, GraphQL tag is there. Okay, that one you can use it. Okay, GraphQL tag is there. From there you can get the GraphQL. Okay, GQL is not there. That's okay, fine. Okay, can I go with one more library simply? Okay, GraphQL tag is the library. That one you can use it. npm install. What is the library name? One. GraphQL tag. GraphQL tag. So in the service one, npm install GraphQL tag. Mistake. Okay, GraphQL tag. Now, from my GraphQL tag, you can get the tag from GraphQL tag. Okay, which tag you want? Which tag you want? Control
GQL.
space. GQL is there or not there? Simply you can take it. Okay, done. Now here, can I write what? Can I write your query, your mutations, your input types, your output types, everything you can write it. But basic thing, type of query. Can I? The next one is like type of which one?
Mutation.
Can I write? Yes. Type query. Okay, simple query you can tell. Okay, get name. Get to name. Whose type is like a string. Okay, na? The next one is like what? Save name. Okay, just it is going to return also string. Don't think more. Okay, I have a query section, I have a mutation section. Here they not take any inputs, they not take any inputs. This guy is returns me a string, and this guy also returns me a string only, simply. Okay, na? One query and one mutation ready. Simple query, simple mutation. Now can I export this one? Yes. Now these are the questions. Queries is nothing but questions. Somewhere you have to resolve these questions, right? Where you want me to resolve it? Where you want me to resolve these questions? In the
Resolve.
resolver section or not? So can I create the resolvers? Constant resolvers. Here, which section? Query section, I have some questions I want to resolve. Mutation section also, I have some questions I have to resolve or not. Which question is there in the query section? What is the question? What is the question in the query section? Query section question is what? Get name, na? Okay. Now, can anyone tell me? If you want to resolve this question, you have to write some code. Some lines of code you have to write it. Where we can write some lines of code, set of lines of code. Can I write inside one function? Yes or no? This particular function called by passing how many parameters? This particular
4.
function called by passing how many parameters? Four
4.
parameters. What are those? Parent or
Parent.
the next one
In
context, the next one
content.
info.
Info.
Last session we discussed or not. Now this query should returns what? Returns one name. Okay, done. Now same, there has one more question there. Okay, which section? Mutation section. So that can I resolve that question also? Yes. What is that? Set okay, save name. Sorry, save name. This is also called by passing how many parameters? Parent, args, context, and info. Okay, now return one string saved, successfully saved. Okay, the operation, okay, we not perform, just I want to give the response. That's it. Okay, I have the type definitions and resolvers done. What is the next one? Type definitions and resolvers done. What is the next one? Come on, your application you have to start, right? You have to start your application or not? Okay, how we can start the application? Let's go. Go to
App.js.
app.js. Can I get the type definitions and resolvers? Already imported? Already exported or not, so that we can import. So type definitions also exported and my resolvers also exported. So here you can import it. Import type definitions. Yes, type definitions.js. The next one, import resolvers.js. Done. Now I want to start my application in one server, right? So what is that server? I want to start my application in one server. Which server that is? One standalone server required. Okay. Now, first of all, these type definitions and resolvers I want to combine in my Apollo server, and then I'm going to start my GraphQL server. So first, I need like a Apollo server. Apollo server, which is coming from where? At the rate Apollo server or not? Apollo server is which type? Apollo server is which type?
Component.
It's a class. So
Class.
let me create an object for that. Yes or no? Now it returns me what? It returns me what? Your GraphQL server. This server should run. This server should run. Agreed, everyone? Now, if it is like an individual GraphQL endpoint, last time what we did? Come on, here my type definitions and my resolvers you added or not. Now tell me, this particular GraphQL application is like individual, it's like one of the subgraph. Come on, it is like one of the subgraph, right? So that here you have to do some extra configuration. What you should not give like a type definition and resolvers directly. Why? Because it's not like a direct application. It's like not like individual application. It's a subgraph. So you have to build the subgraph. So how we can build the subgraph means we have one build subgraph schema. Build subgraph schema. Okay, there has one function is there. Okay, which is coming from Apollo subgraph or not. Understood? Come on. If it is like normal individual application, last session, what we did? My constant server equals to what you did? New Apollo server. Here, my type definitions and my resolvers. Like this, we written or not last session. But this is not worked out here. Why? Because it is not an individual application. It's like a subgraph. It's like a subgraph or not. So that you have to build the subgraph with your type definitions and resolvers. So the configuration is what my Apollo server, which take like okay object only. In the past, type definitions one key. The next one is like resolvers is like one key. But now the schema is the key. The schema. Okay. Now you have to build your subgraph schema. Can you pass your type definitions and resolvers here? Understood? What extra thing? Last time type definitions and resolvers directly you passed individual, but now you created like a schema, one subgraph schema you created or not with those type definitions and resolvers. Agreed, everyone? All are okay? The difference?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then once you created your subgraph, that subgraph should up and run right in your node server. So for that we have one standalone. Okay, you have to start your standalone server. So can I get it? Import start. If you not get the helper, from where you want me to take it? At the rate Apollo server. At the rate Apollo server standalone. What is my server name? What is my function name? Standalone server. Start standalone server. Shall we start it? Start standalone server. Can you tell me this start standalone server returns me what? Start standalone server returns me what?
Promise.
Promise. If you have a promise object, it returns me a promise object. If you have a promise object, how we can retrieve the data from the promise object? By using
Await.
then or await or not. Await is the keyword which is always follows the promise object and returns me what? And returns me
Success.
success data or not. It returns me some success data. Okay, it returns me an object. Last time already we discussed which is running in which URL. That information you can get it. Understood? If it is like a failure data, how we can handle?
Try catch.
By using try and catch. Okay, my catch executed means okay, my console.error, my exception you can I place your stuff inside the try block? Inside the try block. Done. Okay, now we have to run this Apollo server or not. It's a subgraph. So my standalone server, take your server as an argument or not. Here you can mention some configuration information. Can anyone tell me last time what you mentioned here? Last time what you mentioned here? Port number you mentioned. The next one is like context information also you mentioned or not. Application level details you can mention here. So I want to listen in which port number? Listen in which port number? Port number is like 4000 or 4001, whatever it may be. Now, once my server up and running, you can write console.log of, okay, my server started at, what is the URL? This is my URL or not. Done. Agreed, everyone? Super good. last session what we discussed, same thing only I written, but only one change. What is that change? Just I
Yeah.
created a subgraph here or not. Type definitions, no change. Last time we written like something else. We created like type definitions and okay, that means queries and mutations and everything is like communicate with your MongoDB database. All these things we completed or not. Now compare with this one. This is nothing. This is nothing. Just I created a query which returns me string. I created a mutation which returns me string. The query and mutation, okay, should resolve it so that I created like one resolver. My query section, I resolved get name. Okay, pass like Sachin. And mutation section, save name is there. Just I pass like one string. Done. Now type definitions and resolvers you have to mention. Okay, you have to configure somewhere. If it is like an individual, directly you can pass like an individual. Okay, but it's like a subgraph, so that I want to build the subgraph with this type definitions and resolvers or not. So by using which key? Schema is the key. Okay, that one you have to mention. Now this one is common. By start standalone server, the server and listen this particular application in this port number. Okay, done. Now what you have to do? Go to package.json. You have to run what? Tell me. Start. Okay. npx node-mon. What is that? app.js. npx node-mon app.js is the one. Okay. Now can we run it? How we can run? npm start. Now my server started 4001. 4001. So shall we go there? It's an individual graph. Okay, 4001. Now can you test it? Can you go to the root? Query and mutation section. Query. Okay, what is that? Get name. Can I click on this one? You can get like a search. Can I go back? Can I go to the mutation? Okay. Can I go to the save name? Can I add it? Can I click on this one? Now saved successfully. Working as expected. Yes, no?
Yes.
Okay, done. So shall we create one more application? Shall we create one more application? Okay, let's go to the next application. The first application which is like created and it is like up and running also. Let's go to the next one. What is my application name? Service 2. My application name is like service 2. Just here I want to create my application with a node with express. Shall we? Last time we not discussed, na? Shall we discuss? Yes. How we can create an express application? Node with
npm
how we
install
can create?
express.
Okay, just npm install express. If express is not there, once express is available, go to your folder. Already, if you created already, go to your folder. Just type express. That's it. Just type express. Are you able to see the basic skeleton? Yes, no. Okay, what next? Immediately, what you have to do? The package.json and everything created in my skeleton itself. But what is missing? In the package.json, you mentioned
GraphQL.
all my dependencies, no? All my dependencies you mentioned. But those dependencies you have to download it, right? How we can download?
npm install.
Yeah, you have to install all your downloaded dependencies or okay, the dependencies that is going to download or not. You have to do npm install. Okay, just wait. Okay, next. What extra libraries are required? What extra libraries are required? What extra libraries are required?
GraphQL Apollo.
Apollo subgraph is required. Perfect. Next, GraphQL is required. Perfect. Next, GraphQL tag is required. Perfect. There you used Apollo server na. Okay, but here with Express na, Apollo server Express is the library. There standalone. Okay, here with Express, Apollo Server Express. So shall we install the libraries one by one? npm install @Apollo subgraph. Apollo subgraph. Next, npm install GraphQL tag. Next, if you want to work with Express with the Apollo server, the library name is like what? Apollo Server Express is the library. npm install Apollo Server Express. There @Apollo server. Okay, here Apollo Server Express is the library. What happened? Maybe there has a version compatibility is there. Just you can say like force. Okay, any other changes are required, we can do that. Okay, the next one, same story here also. You have to do what? You have to write the type definitions and you have to do type definition. You have to do what? Type definitions and resolvers or not. You have to write it, right? Okay, so can I create one more folder? Same. What is the folder name? Type definitions. Next, the skeleton changed, but my actual requirement not changed. The resolvers. Done. Next, what is the next one? What is the next one? Tell me, what is the next one? Hmm? You have to define type definitions and resolvers, right? You can tell me the type definitions. Okay, here type definitions.js. Here, see why I use like a type definition is all are like folders. Now that's the reason just I created like a folder. Don't think more about that. Okay, most of the times instead of type definitions, just you can say the rename it like schemas. Okay, inside that one you can write like a type definition.js. Okay, here, come on fast.
GQL.
Import GQL from where? From where? GraphQL tag.
Tag.
GraphQL tag. It's like exported without default. Next, constant.
Type definitions.
Type definitions. Come on, right?
GQL
GQL. Yes, you can write your stuff. What do you want me to write?
queries.
Type
Type
query.
is like a type. Type query.
Query.
Query. Yes.
Type mutation.
Type mutation. Type mutation. Done. Query. Query.
Get name.
Yeah. There also same name. Here also same name. That's okay. That's okay. Okay. You can give get name. It returns me what? Get okay location. It returns me string, for example. Okay. Here save name. It returns me string. Okay, na? Everyone okay? How many queries, sir? How many mutations?
2 queries and 1
To
mutation.
query one.
So can I do export? Yes. Shall we go to next? Shall we go to?
Resolvers.
Resolvers.
You have to go to the resolver section or not? Okay. Did you observe this? This is the application they created. Okay. By default, this application created. See this. This is which kind of syntax? This is which kind of syntax?
Below ES6
It's
syntax.
like a ES6 below syntax or not? Can you go with that only? Can you go with that only? Yes. Okay. So just you can go with that syntax only. Tell me how we can require GraphQL tag. require GraphQL tag. It returns me what? Where
GQL.
my GQL. Okay, done. Now how we can export it? ES6 below. Module dot exports is equals to type definitions or not. This is my ES6 below syntax or not. Export and import. Import by using require function. Okay, export by using module dot exports keywords or not. Okay, my type definitions are done. What is the next one?
Resolve.
Resolvers.
Questions ready. You have to answer it now. You have to prepare the answers or not. Resolvers. .js. Okay, resolvers are which type?
Functions.
Resolvers is like an object. High level. High level, it's an object. Next, here, how many properties you can write? How many properties you can write? Maximum, tell me.
Any number.
Any number of properties, but mandatory query and mutation. Okay, if you write the query, query related, and the mutation, mutation related. After that, last time we discussed about the parent, nah? Yes or no? That time you write one more or not? You can write here whatever you have for every type. You can write something there. Every type you can resolve something there. No issues. So here, first one, Corina. How many queries are there? Get
Two
Get
queries.
name.
okay. Can I return? Okay. Next. One more.
Get
Get
location.
Get location.
location is there. Can I return? Okay, done. This is my query section. The next one is what?
Mutation.
Mutation section, right? Mutation section. Here, in my mutation section, should match save name. So, shall we go with the save name? Save name. Here, return. Okay, done. Okay, queries are done, and my mutations also done. What is the next one?
Need to run the application.
You have to run the application or not. Okay, you know about this structure now. Okay, tell me about this structure. Okay, first bin, what it has. My bin, what it has.
Server related configuration.
My bin has to run your server application. There has one file is there. In that file, they written some code to run the application. This particular file only called from here. See, okay, from my package.json, if you observe, npm start. See, it is called what? Bin www or yes or no? Okay, what they written, we'll see later. The next one, node modules, you know that. Public images, so CSS, JS files, if you want to write, you can write here. Okay, the next one, resolvers and schemas, just now I written. Routes, any REST endpoints, if you want to write directly, you can write here the REST endpoints. The next one is like views, any templates if you want to create. See H1 templates, okay, H1 tag, H2 tag, pre-tag, okay, block role element, everything used, right? These are like a templates related. The next one is like app.js, if you observe, okay, see, whatever the files and folders are there, everything is like registered. Everything is like registered where? In your app.js, right? So that my app.js is like what? A root file. Here you created an application. That application, okay, contains all these things and finally exported what? Your application or not. That application only imported here or not? See. Okay, that application only run in one server or not. You created a server and you started the server on this particular port number or not. This is the basic configuration in my www file. Agreed? Okay. So
Yes.
in my app.js, okay, you have to do something, okay, which are not required, just you can comment it, okay. The views section is not required. This public section also we not used. So this is like simple GraphQL endpoints I'm using, so that which are not required, just do comment or delete it. Okay. Now, if you want to write the rest endpoints, you can write it. You can write it, no problem at all. The remaining all stuff also, okay, at this moment, it's not required for me. Just you can do comment. Okay, so what we have here, see this. Okay, I have created one Express application. I have created one Express application. In future, if you want to write the rest endpoints, you can write it, no problem at all. Okay, here and here. Okay, this is also not required for us. This is also not required. And finally, what you did here? And finally, what you did? You exported. Come on, you exported your Express application or not? That is an important. You exported your Express application or not? So this application only, right? You have to run it. So where they imported? Come on, where they imported? This
www folder.
application where they import www file or not? So here you imported now. This is my app. Here can I get the type definitions and resolvers? Okay, those type definitions and resolvers you have to mention here or not? Yes or no? Can I get the type definitions? How we can get it? Go to my type definitions. Yes. Okay, module dot exported type definitions. So can I get it? How we can get? Where
Require.
type definitions equals to require. Where I am here one level up. Now schemas, inside the schemas type definitions or not. Done? Same like this, where resolvers and require what? My resolvers, inside that one resolvers is there. Inside that one resolvers is there. Now type definitions and resolvers are there. These two you have to keep in your Apollo server or not. So require required, what is that? Apollo server express. This guy gives me what? Can anyone guess? Apollo server. Now you have to create an object for what? Come on, you have to create an object for what? Apollo server class.
Apollo
Or
server.
okay, now this Apollo server, they exported like export. They gives me an object. From the object, I want to destruct it or not. Now one more thing is required. What is missing? Compare with the previous. Require from
Schema.
Apollo subgraph. Na require from Apollo subgraph or not? At the rate Apollo subgraph. What it is going to give? What it is going to return? It return object. Okay, can anyone guess? Build subgraph schema. Build subgraph schema or not? Okay, na? Okay. Now, by using HTTP server, I don't want, I have Apollo server and all these things. So that just I want to go with that. So first, the next one. Here, what you have to write? Anyone guess? You have to create an
Apollo
object
server
for
class.
Apollo server. Na? So where my server equals to where my
New.
server equals to new Apollo server, which take an
Schema.
object
Schema.
individual. No. So schema, what is that? Build
Build.
subgraph, my type definitions, and my resolvers or not. Now I have the server. Now what is the next one? Come on, what is the next one? Come on. Start
Need to pass
standalone
the
server,
server to the
start standalone server. That kind of
yes.
stuff is there or not there here in this case? Node with
No.
Express, Apollo server Express. No. Okay, this is my server. This server only you have to start it. This is my server. This server only you have to start it. Shall we do the start? Okay, how we can start it? My server dot start. Can anyone tell me? My server dot start returns me what? My server dot start returns me what?
Promise.
A promise or not? If it returns a promise, what do you want me to do?
Await. Handle with await.
Promise, what do you want me to do? You have to await. Okay, if await wherever it is, okay, there may be a chance of get
Exception.
response also, na? So can I put that here? So can I keep all these things where inside this try block? Yes. Okay. What else pending? Come on, come on. Simple. Compare with that one and tell me what else pending. What else pending? You started the server. Okay, this particular server you have to run with your express application. Am I mentioned anywhere this express application? Am I mentioned anywhere this express application so far? Okay, this one leave it. This one leave it. Okay, this is completely okay, not required for me. Okay, everything is like we are going to customize it. This one leave it. Am I use this app or not anywhere?
No.
No.
Can I use this app? No, na. Okay, I didn't use this app. Now you have to interlink this Express application with your Apollo server or not, as like a middleware. As like a middleware. So how you know my server dot apply middleware. Apply middleware. Here my application is what? My application is what? Application app only. If key and value both are like same, can I go with what? Shorthand syntax. Can I go with the shorthand syntax?
Yes.
Okay. Next, once the middleware is done, okay, if you want to put the path like GraphQL, we can put it. Okay, for now, just hold it. If it does not work, we'll see. The next one, what is missing? Once you added like a middleware, finally my Express application has to run in one port number or not. So my app dot listen, okay, in which port number? 4000, 4002. This is 4001, no, this is 4002, and one callback function. If the callback function is executed, I can say my
Success.
server, okay, started at 4000, 4002 port number or not. If it is not, okay, any error you can get, then the time you can get like, okay, console message, this is the one. Any other configuration is required? Come on. You created like type definition and resolvers, you build a subgraph, okay, you link with your app, you added like a middleware to your server.app middleware, and listen with this port number. Done. Now this www file you have to run it. So how we can run? npx node mana node mon I want. So shall I go and run this? npm start is the command. Now if you get any error, you have to fix it. Require is not defined in ES6 module scope. You can use import instead. Why this? Service 2. Am I use like type is like module somewhere? No. Am I did anything wrong? Backup.json not required, app.js all are like require app. Okay, model.export only type definitions. Require model.export and resolvers. Okay, you not did something. Module.exports equals to resolvers. Okay. Module.export equals to resolvers. That's okay, na? The next I didn't do any change. Remember. Okay. No, why this is showing this kind of message? CLS. Stop this. npm start. Okay. Again require desktop Apollo Federation Service bin www. Something wrong. Require Modular exports. That's okay. Okay, the app.js. Have you exported this app? Modular export app. Okay. So reference server require is not different. That's okay. Right? Reference server require is not different in this require require can use import www exact type definitions. We check the package JSON. I'm a use type is like module anywhere. Oh, no,
No, sir, we didn't use.
didn't, right? Require and modular exports not in one. Using common module is required. Do not use anywhere to import. Change Java to 10. Java it is like PS6 now. We said I change this one to avoid to 10. Okay, shall we do that? Okay, let me delete this one too. Now server dot start. It returns me what? A promise, na? Dot then dot catch. Now the catch is like your exception. What is that? Console dot log off your exception message. You can print it. If it is like then, but once it is like started, you can get the server. Okay. Now you can apply the middleware and then do some operations here. Now it is okay. Okay. Now again npm start npm start. We use it like ES6 below syntax. We supposed to use, but ES6 syntax used, right? Okay, that is about unknown type is like string. Unknown type is like string. It is something your invalid GraphQL query. Type is like string.
So for type query and type mutation, there is a, I think comma is missing.
Okay, this one I'm talking
Yes.
about that. Just capital now. Small. Yes, no.
Yes.
Cannot read the property apply middleware. That's okay. Apply middleware. Cannot read property of undefined reading apply middleware. That means what? You're performing some operations on the undefined. So where is that?
www.
Apply middleware. Cannot read property of undefined reading. Server dot start. This one returns my promise object. Okay, this server not this
Sir,
server.
arrow function we need to replace.
Okay, we'll see. Here is not the server, right? Here, this server you have to use it. Okay. Yeah, you can fix this one too. Needs to be restart, no? Not restart. Okay, we'll see. Then start. Yes, server started in 4002. Okay. The function is okay, right? Also, you can use it in the function directly. We should not use. This is okay. Now, can you come and check localhost? Is that localhost 4002 na? The default engine. This is the default engine. You have to mention localhost 4002 slash GraphQL. This is the one for Express. Okay, the default path you have to mention. Now, the next one is what? Can I go to the root? Can I go to? Can I remove all these things? Can I go to the query? Get name and get location. These are like working as expected or not? Can you go to the root? Remove this one. Go to the mutation. Save name. And can I click on this one? Okay, save name. Why null? Save name. Why null? Save name. Why null? Where is that save name?
Resolvers.
Type definitions. Save name. Okay. Save it. String. Go to resolvers. Resolvers. Save name. Mutation. Save name. That's okay. Control Z. Mutation spelling mistake. No? Yes, no? Mutation. Now it is okay. Now shall we go and click on the mutation? Save name is not defined.
Sir, line number 12.
Line number 12. Na? Can I delete? Now it's okay. Now come here, click on the mutation. Now it's like okay. Yeah. So my two applications are running or not. So once these two applications are ready, the next one is what? You have to create like a super graph now. Shall we create the super graph? Okay, you can say like a gateway. Okay, so simple. Okay, you can create like no express nothing. Simple way you can create. So can I go with the command prompt? Okay, get the package.json. How we can cd gateway npm one in. Okay, libraries required na. So what libraries are required? One is like Apollo server is okay, GraphQL is okay. The next one is like Apollo gateway. Okay, why? Because the router it's like a gateway na. So that Apollo gateway is the library. So three libraries are required. So shall we npm install at the rate Apollo gateway is one library. Next at the rate Apollo server is one. The next one is like GraphQL is another. Okay, at the rate Apollo gateway, at the rate Apollo server, and the GraphQL. These are the three. Now here the type should be just you can go with the
Module.
type is like a module. It's like module. So shall we create one more file app.js to run the application? So okay, this application you have to run means can we create one more? Or do you want me to start? npx node mon app.js.
App.js.
Yes. Now in my app.js, what kind of code you have tried? Can anyone just guess? This is your actual application. This is your actual application where my client is going to communicate. Where my client is going to communicate. This is the super. In the super graph, you have to register your subgraphs or not. I have two subgraphs, right? I have two subgraphs. I have to register where it is running in my local machine or somewhere different URLs or not. So first of all, can I get the Apollo server? Apollo server. Can I get the Apollo gateway also? Import Apollo gateway. Okay. Next, can I start Apollo server standalone? Okay, here start standalone server. Start standalone server. So in the Apollo gateway, you have multiple microservices are there. That services, how many? Okay, more than one. Okay, list of services you have to register or not. List of services you have to register. Where? In the gateway. So gateway is which type? My gateway is like
Class.
which type? It's a class. Okay. Now in this class, my configure object is there. Okay. How many services are there? Two
Two
services.
service.
The list of services you have to mention by using which key, service list is the key. Service list is the key. More than two means what is the type?
Object.
Okay, it's like an array or not. Service list. So one service running where?
4001.
4001. Another service running where? Localhost
4002.
4002 slash GraphQL. Yes or no? Come on. This is one service running localhost 4001. Another one is running where? Localhost 4001, 4002 slash GraphQL or not? Yes or no? Got my
Yes.
point? These two services have some common names also or not? You have to differentiate the names also. Yes, no? Get name is there in the 4001 service. Same get name is there in the 4002 service or not? So you have to differentiate the services or not. So first you can give one unique name at service level. After that, that service where it is running, that URL you can give it. So that two properties you have to give for every service. Two or more than minimum two. So tell me, I want to tell something about my service one. What is the type? Object type or not? My first service, okay, you can give the name, okay, proper name you can give it, but here my service one. Here my service one. Where it is running? My URL is what? Come on.
Localhost
Where it is running?
4001.
This is the one, right? Localhost 4001. This is the one or not? Okay, the next one is what? Name is what? Service 2. Where it is running?
Localhost
URL is what?
4002 slash
Okay, here
GraphQL.
this is the one, right? This is the one or not? 4001, okay, 4002 GraphQL. Yes, no? Service 2. Up to here, okay? It returns me what? It gives me what? One object, right? Gateway object it is going to return. Done. Up to here, okay, everyone? What is the next one? Can anyone guess? In the past, type definitions and resolvers and everything, okay, you register with Apollo server na. So now I want to register your services with my Apollo server. So Apollo server is which type?
Class.
It's a class. Apollo server is like a class. It gives me
Server.
server or not. Okay, which take how many arguments?
An object.
One object. So here you can mention like what? Gateway. Here you have to mention like your gateway. Hello, okay? Okay, what is the next one? Anyone?
Standalone server.
Second, standalone server. Nah, that's one only pending or not? Okay, so the next one, Apollo 1. Apollo server returns me the server. That one you have to pass to my standalone or not. So can I create? Okay, standalone is like what? My standalone server. It returns me what?
Function. Promise.
A promise, right? So that can we do? Await. Here, the first argument is what?
Server.
Your server, right? Your server. The next one. The second one
Listen.
is an
Port.
object, right? Okay, here, listen, listen. Okay, my port number is like 2020, for example. After that, can I write like console message, console.log off? My standalone server returns me what?
URL.
Okay, one object. That object contains URL. Okay, my super graph running on this port number. Okay, URL, sorry. URL. Okay. URL. Done. Here, okay. Any questions? So we run.
Yeah.
So already we configured right in the package.json npx node mon app.js or not. So that npm start. Okay, if you get an error, how to fix it. So where it is running?
2020 problem.
The service based option is deprecated, will be removed feature, more information in perception and compose. Just you can add for more information in the gateway. Introspection is like okay, so give some more information more than that. Okay, now can I go localhost? What is that? 20?
2020.
20, right? Localhost 20, 20 is the one. Now, shall we go to the root? Localhost 2020. If I click on the query, the get name and the get location, and the domain, this one. Now, for example, if I go to the mutation, okay, but what you have to do? Localhost 2020 is enough, or you have to put like slash something. Yes, T service one, service to something like this you have to consume. You have to consume like service 1 and service 2, something like this or not. Yes or no? So up here, okay. So tomorrow also you can join. Okay, just we can how to consume it by using React. I'm going to show you. Up here, okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, how to consume these two by using localhost 2020 only. How to consume it by using React, we'll see that. Okay, same time you can join. Okay, hardly it's going to take like half an hour. That's it. Half an hour or 1 hour max. Okay, any questions, anyone? I'm going to